Hey, welcome to our wrestling podcast. I'm Jake,
I'm Victor.
and we're going to be talking about WrestleMania weekend, which is a
Really big weekend.
big time in wrestling right now. A lot of shows going on.
Starting right now, actually. We
Yeah.
got the Hall of Fame today.
Yeah, Hall
Right
of Fame.
now, we're 5:15 p.m. West Coast.
West Coast time. So, what we're going to talk about today is just the cards for NXT Takeover and WrestleMania, and other things that might pop into our head.
Very busy weekend.
Yes, very busy weekend. So first off, let's talk about NXT. And
Well, are we going to talk about the Hall of Fame? That's today.
if you want to talk about it, it's fine.
I would like to, actually.
Are there any things?
I'm actually really excited for everyone, but what stands out to me is Jeff Jarrett.
Yes, that was a big surprise to me. I mean, I'm actually happy that he's going to go in. Not because he's done anything significant in WWE, but just
In
because
wrestling,
in wrestling,
period.
if they're able to put Sting in, and who didn't have any kind of career in WWE, then I'm glad they put Jeff Jarrett. I mean, they what they do is build bridges.
Yeah.
And bring the community together. So that's cool.
It's a lot of the stuff. Talking about Jeff Jarrett, growing up, I've heard of things and the stuff that didn't work out with him in the WWE.
Yeah.
I didn't know too much about it. And now that I'm older and there's the internet and we can do our research and all that. Now that I know, and listening to other podcasts out there and other people knowing true stories and all that, you wouldn't think something like this would happen.
No, but hey, they were able to get Ultimate Warrior in.
That was a big
beef.
one.
There was a lot of beef there. So, I'm like I said, I'm happy. This is a good sign for other wrestlers that were banished.
Okay, before we go to anybody else,
Okay.
that we're excited for, I wanted to ask you your opinion. What do you think about the celebrity Kid Rock?
I mean, his music has been entrance music for a wrestler. So I mean, I don't really recall much from Kid Rock over the years, as far as contribution wise. But most of these celebrities only are for name, and that's it. That's why they're only inducted.
Well, it's also
Publicity.
That, and is, to me, I like that they do the Hall of Fame on WrestleMania weekend. Yeah. I think back in the 90s they did Hall of Fame during Survivor Series weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and now that they do it during WrestleMania, and they have this celebrity wing also. It goes back to WrestleMania, and why it's so famous is entertainment and Hollywood and all the entertainment people that we get every year.
True.
But one last thing on Kid Rock. I did hear a rumor of something that he might be involved in the show.
Oh, doing the American Badass.
Yes.
Theme song.
I was gonna mention that later when we get to the card.
You know what? He still might, even though there might not be a match.
Okay.
But what I've heard rumors that we'll get to later on. So
okay.
Anything else from the Hall of Fame you want to talk about? Like I'm happy the Dudley Boys are going in. They most definitely deserve it.
I would say that Jeff, the Dudleys, and Mark Henry.
Mark Henry has put a lot of time in.
Yes.
Yeah, he's done a lot of work for.
I've heard Mark Henry didn't start off so well, especially being pretty famous world's strongest man in the Olympics.
Yeah. Well, he was pretty green when he came in.
That's what I mean. I think they kind of expected a lot out of him, and he didn't really do too well.
Yeah. But I mean, he learned, he perfected his craft, and he became world's strongest man, Mark Henry, and the Hall of Pain. I think he did a really good job. He had a great career. So I'm happy he's going in.
Isn't Goldberg the
headliner?
The headliner for the Hall of Fame?
Yes, he is. Which is cool. I mean,
you've never been a Goldberg fan.
I never was in the 90s. I never was a Goldberg fan. I just thought he was like a knockoff because he looked like Stone Cold. So I felt like he was a knockoff.
You know what? Me too.
Then, back in the 90s, I didn't like Stone Cold too much, which is crazy. But
that is a little weird.
It is weird. I think because I was always like, he's a heel. He has heel tendencies.
Okay.
Why am I going to like this guy who's acting like a heel? So,
Did it ever bother you? Because I've always heard this about Stone Cold, like, oh, he's not gonna be that great because he's just wearing black trunks and black everything, and he doesn't have
bland.
Yeah.
Well, just be. Oh shit!
Phone call. On? Sorry.
At least it's a wrestling phone call. So, okay. So, from anything else about the Hall of Fame?
I think I'm okay. Yeah. I think we should mention Ivory.
I think she's well deserving. I mean, well deserving of a Hall of Fame induction.
Okay. Yeah. I don't have too much to say about Ivory. The one thing I like about Ivory's career was when she was in Right to Censor.
Right to Censor, that was very entertaining.
I thought that was awesome, especially for what they were doing. And at that time period, all of women were really exposed sexually like that.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. So that's all I got to really say.
I sometimes forget about Right to Censor.
True. I think Stevie Richards was a good...
he was a good
heel to be a leader for them.
Yeah, and then I forgot Godfather was in there.
That's right.
Became the good
Val
father.
Venus.
Val Venus.
I do think we're kind of straying away from Ivory a little bit.
That's true. Ivory was a good, solid inclusion into Right to Censor. You know, she had her time at the top. I mean, didn't she win the title during that time?
Yes, she did.
Yeah,
I'm almost positive if my facts are correct. Yeah, but Saturday,
NXT Takeover.
Yes,
it's going to be a big show. They're going up against the Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor. Right?
Yeah. I don't know from top to bottom I know what all the matches are, but I don't know from top to bottom which ones are in order and all that.
Well, for NXT Takeover?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we might be a little scrambled here. We weren't prepared.
Well, we won't know the true order anyway because they determine that on the day of the show.
Okay. Well, like I said, all my stuff here is not in order, so I don't know a lot of stuff, and this was a last minute start to our podcast that we wanted to start. Like I said, it's brand new. We wanted to start this and do it right before WrestleMania weekend with all this big stuff going on.
Because there's a lot to talk about.
Definitely a lot to talk about. We also we can't forget that the start of the week, Monday after WrestleMania, is a big day also.
Big day for Raw. Tuesday's a big day from SmackDown. A lot of call-ups, a lot of surprises, returns.
And not only that, it's not just a big weekend for WWE, it's a big weekend for wrestling in general.
Yeah.
There's lots of shows going on. We're about to hit one right now after we're done.
Shows.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah, it's
everywhere.
It's crazy how it's become this massive thing, wrestling thing.
I wanted to ask you, Bobby Fish and his injury.
Well, apparently
that was a live event, right?
Yeah, he was injured in a live event. Apparently, according to the last NXT I saw on Wednesday, he's not going to be wrestling, I don't think.
No.
Adam Cole is going to have to either wrestle both matches, or
choose one.
Or this is my thought. I think they're going to introduce a new member of.
Undisputed Era. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So.
That's right. You told me that you thought it was going to be a certain somebody.
Yes. Certain somebody that was in Ring of Honor with him.
Okay.
So.
Get your speech right.
It's hard to come out. I'm getting thirsty. So, I think because they Dijak.
Donovan Dijak.
Donovan Dijak. They did just recently signed him a while back, actually. But I think he might make his appearance during that time. Possibly. Okay. I don't know.
Sidebar.
Yes.
I haven't got a chance to ask you. I don't really read too much into the dirt sheets and all the facts outside of what they play. So I wanted to ask you what you thought about War Machine and when they were going to probably debut. I know that sometimes they've recently they've been doing live events for NXT.
You know what? They'll probably debut after the NXT call-up raid.
Okay.
I think they probably will. Once I'm thinking authors of pain are going up. And that's some big holes are going to be placed in NXT. So that's when they're going to introduce War Machine. That's in my belief. So back to NXT Takeover. Let's talk about the tag team match since we're talking about tag teams.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
I was kind of excited to talk about this because here's the reason why. I wanted to actually ask you what you thought on this, because I wasn't a big fan of the decision that they made for that tag thing. On Wednesday, they just Undisputed Era just interfered in that match.
Yes.
Got a disqualification for the Dusty Classic, and we didn't have a winner. And now they put them in this triple threat. Winner gets the trophy, winner gets the titles.
Yeah. It seems a little unfair just to throw
a third team in there.
Undisputed Era, because they didn't even go through the tournament.
Right. To me, that didn't make no sense.
I mean,
it doesn't.
The most likely reason is because they tried to cover up the injury to Bobby Fish.
Yeah.
So they needed another
unprepared
team. Yeah.
For something like that.
They needed another team to take the stress off of Undisputed Era. Whether it's Adam Cole fighting, 2 matches, or maybe Bobby Fish will be there, but he's gonna have limited activity.
Okay.
So, I think it'll be a good match.
I think it'll be a great match.
It could be a surprise in that match.
I was looking at it as I thought that Authors of Pain were gonna take it again.
You know what? It looked like it. I was hoping it wasn't going to be that case, because I think they should elevate new teams, and to have Authors of Pain win it again is just
the reason why I wasn't gonna discount Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne was because the first winners was Samoa Joe and Finn Balor, just a team that you just put together. Yeah, random put together team, but also Mustache Mountain got taken out.
I don't know
and
how
they were matched together.
Yeah.
I like I said,
I don't know how legit that injury was. I think it was.
I don't know. I was just surprised that Roderick and the Bruiserweight just made it to the.
I think
the
part
finals.
of me was just we don't have nothing for Roderick Strong, we don't have anything for Pete Dunne. Let's put them together as a tag team and put them in the finals.
I agree with you.
Which I don't mind. They're both great wrestlers,
and their matches have been great in the tournament.
The match against the Authors of Pain was a pretty good one until it got interrupted.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
No, yeah, it was good. So hopefully all the 3 teams will be able to put on a great show.
Okay, so then let me ask you this: who do you think is going to take it?
I don't think the Authors of Pain are going to take it, because.
Oh, now I don't think they're going to take it.
Yeah, because they're most likely going to be a call-up.
You know what? That's another thing. When we got to Monday, I was gonna say they were the team that I thought was gonna get the call up.
Okay, yeah, most likely. I think that the team of Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong aren't gonna take it. So
I'm gonna have to agree with you. I was gonna stick with Undisputed.
Yeah,
Era.
I think Undisputed Era retains. Through any means necessary. But
so what do you think that? What do you think that Adam Cole's gonna do?
I don't know. He's good. He'll probably wrestle 2 matches. I think it would be great for him to wrestle 2 matches.
I think
retain the tag team, and then win the 6-man ladder match.
Okay.
I think that'll be a good feather in his cap, to where he could boast, and then it'll give him credibility, because. Even though he's been on NXT, he's lost some big matches. He doesn't have too much credibility going on right now. So I think that would help him build it up, because he's a great wrestler, tons of charisma.
Agreed.
He needs some kind of feather in his cap. And whether it's wrestling 2 matches and winning both titles, or retaining the tag, winning the next one, or just at least winning one of the titles.
Man, I'm all over the place right now. I was trying not to move over into a different topic. There's so many segues
let's move on to the 6-man ladder match.
See, I wanted to move on to the 6-man ladder match, but I wanted to mention something else that I thought was dumb.
For what?
Gargano and Ciampa.
Okay, we'll get to that one right now.
I'm just a little excited.
Okay, do you want to skip?
No, let's get to the ladder
The
match.
ladder match. It's going to be an awesome ladder match. A lot of different types of wrestlers. You got the big bruisers like Lars Sullivan, Killian Dane, and then you got the quick high flyer and Ricochet.
I'm actually enjoying that rivalry.
Yeah, it's a good one. Two beasts going at it. Who doesn't like to see two monsters fight?
To me it's different for a change, because you don't. I personally don't see a lot of that big O, like, kind of old monster
versus
like
monster
yeah.
kind of thing.
You see a lot of like guys in the main event picture now. They're moving fast, they're quick, and they're doing a lot of high flying moves.
Yeah.
And you don't see a lot of stuff like that. And I just think that the overall presentation of Lars Sullivan
has been great. Yes.
I am a big fan of his.
Yeah, kind of like how they did it with Braun Strowman on the main roster.
Yes.
I think they're learning,
exactly,
which is great. Also, you have, like I said, Ricochet, high flyer. You have EC3, very charismatic.
I'm excited for stuff to come for those guys.
Yeah.
I am not okay. I don't think that they're gonna take it at all.
Yeah, Velveteen Dream is in it. I'm super impressed with the Velveteen Dream's doing
very
right
big fan. Also,
I mean, he has potential to win it, but I still think he's not. Adam Cole's in it. I firmly believe Adam Cole should win. Will he win? I don't know. That's the thing.
Okay, so here's my picks. My pick is going to be Adam Cole. If this makes any sense, I'd be surprised, and I wouldn't be surprised if Velveteen Dream won. I think that,
no, I wouldn't be surprised at it either, but it still might be too early. But like I said, I'd be happy either Adam Cole or Velveteen Dream wins.
Okay.
Not discounting any other of those wrestlers.
Yeah.
They're all great. I think Killian Dane's probably going to be called up soon with Sanity. Because Sanity's not really doing nothing. Nikki Cross could go up. They could do a lot with Sanity on the main roster.
Speaking of Nikki Cross, I've just seen little things here and there. Oh no, I'm drawing a blank. What's her name? That she was in the Mae Young Classic. The Army chick. What's her name?
I can't think of her name.
I am so sorry. I'm drawing a blank on her, and someone's gonna hate me for this.
Isn't it like Lacey? No, it's not Lacey.
Anyways,
yeah,
I'm gonna get shit on for this,
that's
but
fine. Leave comments if you know her name.
Yes. But yeah, I've seen her talk about Nikki Cross and just stuff.
Oh, so you think there might still?
Yeah,
be
I still think that there's gonna be something there. I know that she just dropped names about other women on the roster. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how that goes.
Speaking of women, the women's title match.
Women's title, good segue. Nice. Women's title match. You know what? As much as in my heart, I don't think Baszler's ready to be.
You don't?
I don't. She just showed up. I mean, it's good to put it on her now. I can see the positives in it, and I can see the negatives in it. But with that being said, Ember Moon is probably ready to be called up. So she might lose the title.
I have been on the fence about Ember Moon since she debuted.
Yeah, you didn't really like her too much.
I didn't like her too much. I wasn't buying it. I like the character. I like how she's presented. I like what she does.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know if I believe her when she does her promos. When she's mad,
it's a little bit over the top.
It's a little over the top, and just saying a lot of the same expressions.
Yeah.
I buy it sometimes, other times I don't, and I'm just not too much of a fan sometimes.
Yeah.
Like her whole rivalry with Asuka, I expected her to win that last match, and you know what? She got dominated, and she lost.
Well, it's because they were building it more towards Asuka. They're building up Asuka,
which is true.
And Asuka needs victims, and unfortunately, Ember Moon at that time was a victim.
I think it was cool of her to end up being in the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yes,
that was cool.
I like that.
I thought that was awesome. Funny thing too, she got eliminated by Asuka.
Yeah, I mean that adds to the rivalry,
right?
So when Ember Moon does become a main roster wrestler, they'll have something to pick up from.
I like how they went right away to her and Shayna, and Shayna's right there in the picture.
Yeah.
And we get to see her all the time.
Yeah, I think she's a different breed of women's wrestler, and that's good.
We need that.
It's good.
Strong
That's why I
woman
see a benefit in
there.
putting the title on her, because then she's a monster heel.
So your thing is you don't think that she's ready?
I think she's just too new to get the title, to put a title on her.
So would you say that they should have another match later, or
No, I think. Well, maybe. I mean, it just depends. I don't see Ember Moon losing the title to anybody else at the moment.
I like her. I look at her character as a bully.
Yeah.
And her just being mean.
Yeah.
And picking on people is great. And I think she's a natural heel.
Yeah.
Bad guy or woman, I should say.
And that's why I think, regardless of how I feel, I think now is a good time to pull the trigger on making her the champion. So I think Shayna Baszler will win. Ember Moon will put up a big fight.
So you're saying you don't think that the timing's right for her, but you think that
but the way things are being booked right now, it looks like it's going to be that.
Okay, that's fair.
So
that's fair to say.
I mean, I'm fine with it. I mean, like I said, you could do a lot of good things with her storyline wise, being the bully or the monster heel, and having somebody eventually take her out. To elevate that wrestler.
Yeah.
So that's good. So yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it also.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how I felt about this match and who would win.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
I'm okay with her winning.
All right. Next match.
I would Ciampa and Gargano.
Okay. I think. Okay. First, tell me what annoys you.
Okay. What annoys me is where we're at right now in this story between these two former friends.
Yes.
The guy lost. He lost, and he's not supposed to be in NXT anymore.
Yeah.
He's not supposed.
Why is he showing up? Why is he getting an unsanctioned match?
Why is he getting a
second opportunity to...
Right. It makes sense that it's unsanctioned.
Yeah.
Okay? They're not responsible for anything that happens or anything like that. But, okay, if he wins, he can be in NXT again, but if he loses, he can't come back.
That doesn't make sense for Tommaso Ciampa to agree to that. He should have just said, no, he's already fired.
Right, yeah.
Get him out.
Now he looks like a whiner.
Yeah.
I guess that's the point. He is a whiner and has been whining about this whole thing to begin with.
Yeah. I just think sometimes creative paints himself into a corner, or they have to make you disbelieve the actual sense that it's supposed to make, but then it doesn't. So I mean, I'm just looking forward to the match regardless of how it got there.
Oh yeah, the story and the build, it's been almost a year now that this has been building, and quite frankly, I think that it's been perfectly.
Some say it started at the Cruiserweight Classic where they fought each other, and it looked like Tommaso Ciampa was going to
You know what? I forgot about that.
Yes, and but he didn't. So some say it started then. Either way, the build to it is great, and it's going to be a marquee match of the night.
When was that show that he turned on him? Was that Brooklyn or Chicago?
I think it was Brooklyn.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's been a while. He's been recovering from his injury, and now he's ready to go. It should be, like I said, a potential 5-star match. Any match with Johnny Gargano has the potential to be a 5-star match. He's a great wrestler, and I think him and Tommaso Ciampa have a lot of chemistry, so it's going to be a great match. Okay. Who do you think is going to go over?
I'm going to have to go with Gargano.
I'm going to say Ciampa again, because I think Gargano is going to get called up, and then in leaving,
why do you think he's going to get called up, and which brand do you think he's going to get called up to?
Because of his last few wrestling performances, he showed what he can do. they want a good baby face on the main roster. I mean, they just got Daniel Bryan back, but they need more. So, and Johnny Gargano is a true baby face that people could rally behind. So they want that. I'm sure they want that on the roster. But anyways, let me finish. And plus, in Tommaso Ciampa just is recovered from injury, so he needs. Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, never mind.
Oh, you tripping?
Well, this guy was walking over to the car.
Oh, like he's gonna beat us up. Anyways, I was gonna drop an elbow on him. Drop some bows. Yeah. Anyways,
That's it, baby.
Yeah. Anyways, I think Tommaso needs some time still to fully recover. And how better than staying on the NXT roster while Gargano goes up. Okay.
NXT Championship.
Yeah. And it's going to be another great match, I think. Andrade Cien Almas is...
He's impressed me a lot.
I mean, he got lost a little bit, but he found his focus.
Do you think that was the point? Or it just...
I think at first when he came on, he wasn't connecting with the fans because they're trying to get him over as a babyface.
His English is
it's hard,
broken.
It's hard for people to connect with him as a babyface if they can't understand you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's unfortunately...
Even as a heel for a little while when he was losing all those matches, I liked how, he was partying all the time and... He's just that guy that was losing, and he was just a bad guy that only spoke Spanish. Yeah. I liked it. And you know what I didn't notice that I noticed now that they're making it obvious in some of these flashback promos? Selena Vega was in the crowd at a few times when he was losing these matches.
They planted her early,
right? Just I mean, just visually, she's there, and
that whole storyline of him losing his way as a heel and losing focus, I think that was great. And then giving him Selena Vega to help out. She's great. She's a great talker.
I think she's a model or something like that.
No, I don't think she's. Maybe every beautiful woman is a model. So
great talker.
Yeah, she is. She is really good on the mic. I think the pairing is great.
The first time I saw her do a Hurricane Rana to Johnny Gargano in their match, wow, that surprised me. Yes.
No, it was a great Hurricane Rana. I liked it.
It reminded me a little bit of Lita.
A little bit, yeah, a little Lita-esque, which is always a great comparison.
Definitely a compliment.
And then Aleister Black. Ever since he came on the NXT roster, I've enjoyed him.
I've enjoyed him also. Yeah. I don't know how some people do. I've seen comments or videos of people just kind of not bashing him, but just because of the way he looks, like, WWE's
not gonna like him.
Yeah, like, no, WWE's presenting you. Look at what's gonna be their next guy.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe like satanic or something like that.
I mean, if anything, they could bring him on as a heel.
True, that's fine with me. I would like to see him be a heel.
Maybe lead his own stable of evil doers.
Or not. I heard Vince McMahon likes the word pronouns, so it would be faction or something like that. Faction. Okay. He likes the word faction.
Faction, okay. So yeah, they could do something like that.
Is faction a pronoun?
I know. This is a wrestling podcast, not a grammar one. Yeah, I think their match is going to be great.
We are in a vehicle right now. We were not prepared for this podcast.
That kid absolutely loves Aleister Black. He has tattoos too, like Aleister Black does.
Anyways,
I think it's going to be a good match. I don't know if it'll top Gargano Ciampa, but I think it's going to be a good match.
I'm going to go as far as to say that it's going to surprise you and be better than match. Be in the better match.
Oh, well, hopefully. I'm always good
these
for surprises.
takeover shows have just been...
It's hard to say there's a bad takeover show.
I don't think I've been disappointed.
No, there's
almost every match on these takeovers since
it's good. It's
the
always
start.
Yeah, there's never been a terrible takeover match. So I think It's not gonna.
If you can name one, leave it in the comments.
Yeah,
I'll go back and watch it.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, it's gonna be a stretch to call it terrible. So, who do you think's gonna win?
Hard to see with these NXT Takeover matches. It's always hard for me to determine who I think is gonna win
because of call-ups.
Not because of call-ups. It's just, to me, I don't see it. Usually on the main roster, or maybe like
so you're saying the main roster is a little bit more predictable?
Yes, it's a lot of maybe recycled
Okay, well,
stuff.
let's not talk about predictable, and let's talk about who do you want to win?
Who do I want to win? I would want Aleister to win. I'm a fan of both guys. I think it'd be great for him. It could lead them to a rematch. I would like to see that.
You know what? I would be fine with either one of them winning. If Andrade won,
yeah, you know what?
I was more great matches.
You know what? I was surprised that he won.
He beat Drew McIntyre.
No, well, I mean, yes.
Oh, but he beat Johnny Gargano.
That he beat Johnny Gargano, yes.
For some reason, I kind of thought with Tommaso in the background, I thought, Johnny
I just thought
Gargano's
it's been so long, I didn't expect him to be back so soon.
True.
You mentioned Galloway.
Yeah.
When do you think that he's gonna come back?
I heard he's close, if not ready now. So he may make an appearance. That's why I'm thinking maybe he might make an appearance on NXT, or he might be on the main roster already.
Someone told me that he was gonna go straight to the main roster, but I don't think he should. I think he has unfinished business.
I mean, he could always do both. You know,
like Bobby Roode did that.
Sometimes they have people lingering in NXT, taking care of business while they're on the main roster. So they could possibly have both, which would be great. So, all in all, I think the NXT Takeover is going to be a great show.
I know it's going to be a great show. I don't think I'm going to be disappointed.
No, I don't think so either.
I think that the more we do this, the more that we do these podcasts and like rating the shows and watching them and going over them with you guys.
We're
and
like
our
a
opinions.
newborn baby calf, and we're finding our legs. So, I mean,
give us a break.
Yeah, we're going to have a little hiccups here and there, you know, interruptions, or stumbling on our words.
Maybe next time we won't be in a vehicle. Like I said, this wasn't prepared.
We're going to a wrestling show.
It was
right now. A small one is in Southern California, and we just wanted to do this. I mean, spur of the moment.
Thought it'd be fun for us to do.
Yeah.
Don't be mean. I was thinking maybe we can do a rating system with a lot of these shows that we watch.
I mean, yeah, we could do that. I mean, well, when we do one next weekend, we could possibly rate all the matches we saw over the weekend.
Yeah, definitely. This is something that we wanted to start here for this weekend and just kind of give you something
this is
to start with.
The takeover portion. We'll do a WrestleMania portion. So just...
Maybe we'll briefly talk about the Hall of Fame and some of the speeches that went on if we decide to do that.
Yeah, it'll be great. So, thanks for watching. Peace out.
Catch you later.